Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I'm testing out a bunch of new makeup products that I've never tried before, and I'm using some products that are like old products that I haven't used in a really long time, so I hope you like this. This is a look that I think is great for this time of year because it works for both summer and fall. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please subscribe and let's get started. First things first, I don't even know if you can see it, but I have a candle right there. It smells so freaking good. I think it's called Brown Sugar and Chestnut from Target. So delicious, just so you know. I'm gonna try out some new primers. I get oily super fast. When I don't wear makeup, my skin's actually pretty dry. It's the weirdest thing. So what I'm gonna do is first use the Smashbox Photo Finish Minimize Pores Primer. So this is gonna go kind of like right in here where I've got really enlarged pores, and then everywhere else I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Mattify Primer Stick. I've used this a couple times like on my forehead or in the oiliest areas, and it seems like it's like really mattifying, which I'm kind of into right now. Let's see here. I'm gonna put it all over my forehead, all over the cheeks. I get really oily in my cheeks. I'm even gonna do it where I'm gonna put the other pore one. Just kind of put this everywhere and see what happens. I'm gonna put the pore one in here and then use my fingers to kind of smooth it all in. Actually feels really soft all over my face, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting this to feel very like almost like you can't smooth over it, you know, but it's actually really soft. So I have a new foundation that I want to try today. This is the new Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. I have a couple of shades here. This one is Y225. I have Y235. And then I have another one that's even darker, and I just don't think that that one's going to match. I don't have yellow or red undertones. I'm like really neutral, so sometimes yellow can look crazy on me and red can look so pink. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that this one matches me. We'll see. I don't know if this is replacing their Matte Velvet Plus foundation. That was one of my favorite foundations, but I haven't used it in years. So I don't know if this is like a revamped version of that or if they still have that one. We'll see. Yeah, this is a little yellow, but it's probably the one that's gonna match me the best. I feel like the lightness is there. I'm definitely around this shade. I just would be like less yellow. Okay, I'm gonna take this and carry it down my neck because it does not match perfectly. For concealer, I think this might also be too dark. This might be my self-tan shade, but I'm not sure. I can't find the other one that I had here on my desk, but this is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I've used this a couple times, and the shade that I have right here is light beige. And I'm gonna bring this underneath the eyes. Oh, I think it's gonna work. I'm actually just gonna grab a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and just add a little bit of it just in case the one that I had on there first was too dark, because now I know for sure it's gonna be light enough. And blend that in. I think that looks very nice. Very full coverage. I'm not really used to wearing full coverage all the time. I've been a very natural coverage kind of gal lately, but I like this. It's a nice change. I feel just loving the foundation, and I'm loving that concealer combo. I think my under eyes just like are super covered. I think that the Tarte Shape Tape is a pretty matte finish and full coverage, where the Born This Way kind of gives it a little bit of dewiness, but that looks really nice because the rest of the skin is so matte from the foundation, so I dig it. Okay, I've been wanting to cream contour for a while now in videos, but I'm so used to my routine that I go and set my face before I go in with my cream contour, and then it's too late. So I set this on top of all of my powder products so that I would not forget to do it. So this is the new YSL like stick foundation. I have the shade B60 here, and I'm gonna use this to cream contour. Hopefully this is the right shade. We'll see how it goes. And it's just a little stick like this. I used it as a foundation yesterday in my correct shade for my skin, and I think it looked really pretty, and it blended out really nicely. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is a Crown C517 brush. I haven't used this in a while. I'm just gonna pick this up and just stipple this here. Ooh, that is very cool toned, which is kind of good. It's gonna look like an actual real shadow. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of B65, which is just a little bit warmer, and bring that in here. They blend out very nicely. Okay, that is a little bit better, I think. Oh, and I'm using a Sephora concealer brush right now just to blend this out. So under my eyes, I'm gonna use the same H104 powder from Makeup Forever because it's just my jam. But I'm gonna be using the Hourglass double-ended brush instead of my Sigma F35 just because I want to use something different. I always bring it here in the T-zone too. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the other side of that Hourglass double-ended brush, and I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Veil translucent setting powder. I think I've used this one time, but I don't even remember. I'm usually not the biggest fan of translucent powders, to be honest. But we're gonna give this a go. Just kind of blend this in everywhere. Okay, I just want to touch my... Ooh! Skin does feel really soft. I'm excited to see how this lasts. It's a really hot day outside. Even though I'm wearing a sweater, I'm gonna be out and about today once I'm done doing this video. So I'm just curious how this is gonna last because I get so oily. I'd like never wear makeup for that reason because I just don't care. Yeah, so I'm interested what's gonna happen. For my bronzer today, I'm gonna use something newer. I have used this before, but I haven't used it a lot. This is the Anastasia Rosewood bronzer, and it looks like this came out this time last year. And I'm gonna use my bronzer brush from Tom Ford. This is my favorite brush. Oh my gosh, I'm knocking over everything. This is my favorite brush for bronzer. These bronzers are very, very pigmented, so I'm gonna dust a little off and then kind of go like this on the back of my hand before going in and applying it on the face. See, even with all of that, look at how much comes out already. This is adding nice warmth, but it's also, since it's got more of like a reddish hue to it, it's helping bring some pinkness back in my face because that foundation I used was so yellow. So this is giving a really nice color and kind of balancing really well with that. I didn't even plan that, but worked out. Don't mind my hair today, by the way. I just like did not care. I did it yesterday, so it's like second day hair, and it's just kind of like, you know, it is what it is. Okay, what do I want to use to contour today? I use the same stuff all the time. I know what I want to use. I gotta get up and get it though. So this isn't new to me. This is a very old product that I got probably like right when I first started my channel. But it's good. This is the Anastasia contour kit. I feel like nobody uses this anymore, right? So here's mine, very used and loved. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is mixing these two shades together, and I'm gonna use the NARS Eater brush. So I'm first gonna take that center shade alone and hit it. Yeah, I need a little bit of the other one. And just keep going back and forth and mixing them together. And then to contour my nose, I'm just using the center shade from the palette, and I'm using the Luxie 182 nose contour brush, which is my favorite. For blush, I'm gonna use one from MAC, one that I haven't used in a long time. I don't remember the name, but I will figure it out and I will post it down below in the description box. I'm using the Tom Ford cheek brush to apply this on my cheeks. Ooh, that is pretty. And it's pigmented. Holy crap. Pop a little on the forehead, nose, and chin. I'm gonna use the F35 brush from Sigma, and I'm gonna be using this highlighter from Makeup Geek. This is in the color Midnight Sun. It's kind of just like this golden champagne-y color. So I'm gonna bring that right here on the tip of the cheekbones. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows today on camera. I usually skip over this because I do the same thing every time. If you want an updated brow tutorial on how I've been doing my eyebrows, let me know. I can do that. But today I want to try something new because I recently got my eyebrows done at the Anastasia salon in Beverly Hills. So fancy. She filled them in way differently than I do, and she used the medium brown dip brow pomade and the Anastasia number 12 brush. So I'm gonna be trying to do what she did because they looked like superb. They were like so good, so natural looking. They looked good. You get it real thinned out, kind of like this. Just really, really taper it, get it really, really fine. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of experimenting. I'm gonna stamp over here like so. So I want these to look like hairs. Already looking not so good. And draw a line. And I always extend this probably further than it should because I know that it should be the angle of the end of the nose to the end of the eye, like right there. So not much longer than mine naturally stops, but I always kind of like flick it longer. I just love the way that looks, but like she kept it very natural and shorter and I just loved it. And it was definitely a straighter brow, which I didn't even realize that I gave myself more of an arch, but I do. So I'm gonna try to do that today, more like straight and whatnot. Oh, she, I know, did a lot of this action. And she wasn't light with it either. She was like really blending. I feel like my hardest part always is the arch, especially because on this eye I have a scar. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I have a scar there, so it's always just a little bit more difficult. Okay, I kind of like it. It definitely doesn't look as good as she did it, but what do you think? I definitely need to keep practicing. I think I did okay in the front parts, but it's mainly like that upper arch and the tail that's just like a little wonky, but not bad for my first time, I don't think. So now I'm gonna grab a little bit of primer. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. Use my finger to tap that in. I can finally get into the eyeshadow. I bought this a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that, and I haven't used it yet, but this is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I think this came out like recently, but not like too recently, because I think they launched like another palette since then. Look at all these beautiful shades. I think I'm going to be sticking along like this area here because I want to use this Dose of Colors eyeshadow in Sizzle. So I want this to be like the main focus. I'm first going to use my Smith 232 brush, and I'm going to go into the color Tongue Pop, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to bring this really lightly into the crease. Did you guys watch his series with Shane Dawson? I thought it was very, very good. I love Shane. He is like my favorite of all on YouTube. Freaking love him. Okay, and then I'm also going to bring that underneath the eye, and I just always look up so I can get that area better. Oh, by the way, I want to show you where I got the inspiration for the look that I'm doing today, because this is not just an original idea. Totally forgot about this. I saw Desi Perkins had her makeup done by somebody, I forgot who. I don't see, this is on the Dose of Colors page, but this is the look that I'm like trying to emulate today, and she used this Sizzle Black Party eyeshadow, so I'm like, that's what I'm going for today. I just thought it was so freaking pretty and like dramatic and a perfect like summer look, but also good for fall. So whatever you're feeling, I feel like this would like be so pretty. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of the Cake Mix color, which is that shade right there. It's a little bit more on the brown side, just to kind of warm this up a little bit so it's not too pinky. Just give it some depth and warmth. So now I'm gonna use that same Tongue Pop shade, the first one that we used, but I'm going to use a Smith 230 brush, which is a little bit more dense and precise. And this is just going to deepen this up, make it look a little bit more pigmented and brighter, only because we're using a smaller and more dense brush. That will just deposit more color on the eye instead of making it more poofed out and diffused. So now I'm gonna take the color Cherry Soda, which is right underneath the Tongue Pop shade. It's this one right here. I'm gonna use the same brush I've been using, the Sigma 230. I'm just gonna start building this here in the outer corner and the crease. Oh, that's so freaking pretty. It's like a straight up bright ass red shade. Really getting this here in the inner corner. I'm grabbing that Tongue Pop shade really quick on a Makeup Geek Soft Dome brush just to diffuse the Cherry Soda shade. Okay, those two were like made for each other. I feel like that Tongue Pop totally blended out the Cherry Soda shade perfectly. And then I'm gonna bring that Cherry Soda shade down onto the bottom lash line. I'm gonna use this defined crease brush from Makeup Geek and use the color right next to it called Fresh Meat. It's kind of like a super purple shade with a hint of red. And I'm gonna mainly focus this here on the outer lid. I'm not really bringing this far into the crease itself, just keeping this like right there, yeah. And flicking it inwards here on the inner corner. I'm gonna go back into the previous brush and blend that out with whatever's left on this brush. All right, so I'm thinking this look is so pretty. I really love how bright it is, but I think I want to add a little bit of like neutralness into it. So let me find a brush. I'm gonna grab the, okay, I don't know how to say this word, intravenous, this shade up here, this brown. I'm gonna use that on the outer and inner corners, and I'm gonna use a Smith 247 brush. So this will deepen it up while also adding some neutrality up in here. But I do have to say, this is probably one of the best eyeshadow palettes I've ever used. I feel like that was so easy to achieve, and they're such bright colors, and a lot of times bright colors are a little bit trickier to use. I'm gonna play with this one more, but I just think it's really, really nice. Blend, blend, blend. So I want to use this Dose of Color shade, but all over the lid first. I'm going to use the Blood Sugar color from the Blood Sugar palette, this one here. Okay, I'm going to be using the MAC 242 brush, and I'm just going to press this on the lid. I didn't wet this just because I'm going to be going over top of it anyways with the Sizzle shade. And this is making it a little bit more red and less like pinky purple, which is more of what I'm going for. I'm gonna grab the color Sizzle from Dose of Colors. It's one of the Block Party eyeshadows. And I think this is what Desi had on in her picture. So I'm just gonna take it on my finger like this and just pop it on my eyeball, like so. Let's see, I'm gonna go into a pencil brush, something that's gonna be a little bit more precise and more pigmented, and go back into that like brownish shade and pop it just right here on the outer corner. I think I wanna grab another one of these. I feel like you can't really tell on camera how glittery they actually are. I kinda wanna add a little bit of the My Jam shade. It's a little bit more purpley, just on the outer part of the eye, since that's where it's a little darker and this is more purpley. It barely like added a difference, but I love it. Grabbing that brown shade from the palette, and I'm gonna wiggle this really close to the lashes and just really define them. By the way, I'm really, really loving the skin. Usually by now, especially wearing a sweater inside my house when it's 90 degrees outside and doing my makeup in front of these lights, by now my face would be already oily and I'd have to touch up, but I'm still really matte. So part of that I think is the primer. It's also the foundation. I'm gonna use them separately and see kind of like how they perform on their own, but I'm digging it right now. And then I'm gonna go into the defined crease brush from Makeup Geek with whatever's left on it and very softly blend that out. This had a brighter color on it, I believe, so it's gonna go on a bit brighter than I usually do. All right, in my, oh my gosh, I'm dropping literally everything. I need to clean my desk. In my waterline, I'm gonna use the Rimmel Nude Scandalized Liner. Look, oh gosh, I can't open it. I got a new one on Amazon. They only had like 1 or 2 left, it says. I think that's a lie though. I bet you can still buy them. I'll link it down below where I found this because I have not seen these in stores, and it is by far the best nude liner ever, and it's super cheap. So I'm gonna pop this in my waterline. And then for highlighter, I'm just gonna go back into the Midnight Sun highlighter from Makeup Geek on the inner corners of the eyes, and also bring a little bit right up here at the tippy top of the arch of the brow. Okay, I'm gonna be trying a new mascara today. I will be using false lashes, so it's kind of like not the best time to try this mascara, but I've heard really good things about it. So this is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. So I've been dying to try it out. It is heavy, like this has a lot of weight to it. My favorite mascara currently is the Lash Paradise mascara from L'Oreal. That's been my favorite for about a year now. We're gonna give this a go and see how it goes. Okay, this is nice. It's a pretty freaking nice mascara. That was only one coat. See what happens when I do two. Okay, this is a lot different than I'm used to because the applicator is so different, but it really is making my lashes really long and thick. I still think I like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise better, but this is still pretty nice. I can't wait to try this on a day where I'm like not gonna be putting false lashes over top of it, because I wanna see how it would look with like a more natural look so that the mascara can just like stand out more, and then see how it lasts throughout the day and stuff. But pretty nice, I really like that. I don't know what lashes I feel like doing. Winners. Winner chicken dinner. I'm gonna go in with the Voila lashes from Mosquito. I have a discount code with them. You can save 15% off on your purchase with Brianna F at checkout. I do make commission from that. JSYK. So for lips, I'm gonna go first into Iconic Nude Lip Liner from Charlotte Tilbury. Alright, that's freaking pretty already. And then I got these new like lipstick sticks from Laura Mercier. They're the Velour Extreme Matte Lipsticks. So I've got Ruthless and Vibe. I'm kind of thinking of like mixing them together. So I'm first gonna go into Vibe. Ooh, that's pretty. Then in the center, I'm gonna go into Ruthless, which is like a lighter pink. That was like way too pink. Going with a little, I know I'm mixing stuff together because I'm just like playing with stuff. This is the infamous liquid lipstick from Bare Minerals. It's kind of like those two mixed together. And I really like how Desi in that picture had like really glossy lips on. So that's what I want to do. Okay, and then over top of that, I'm going to use the Buxom Gloss in Jessica. It's one of my favorite glosses. I'm not even a gloss girl, so oh yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, that's so pretty. I love this look. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me down below in the comment section. Make sure you check out the description. I have links to every product that I used in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.